Love it. We here, typical hood, block littered with churches, not one open doing anything for the community. Bible reading on Wednesday, 8 o'clock, stuff like that. Somebody's coming out of that church. First time I've ever seen somebody come out of that church since I've been over here. And it's a reality. There's no black owned schools in this community.
Not one. But it's 3 churches on one block.
Man, there's about 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one burnt down. This is another one, 6.
Damn.
And then there's 2 churches around the corner. You got the big church right there. You got 2 churches on this corner. And I'm sure on this block right here, there's about 20. If we would just walked around, I can show you tons of churches. But the point of this video is to let you know that we got to do better with our resources, man. This is the stuff that we did in the 80s, 90s, when people was, caught up with being about, and I'm sure they were caught up with the what they would consider to be the spirit to try to educate the community, I guess, and use churches as a means to galvanize people and organize and build. What I see, of course, is, disorganization and disenfranchisement. However, we need to take this energy to build and do for our community in some way and turn these into other spaces. This could be a cooperative for businesses. This could be a mini hospital. This could be a mini resource place. This could be an educational center. Ambulance going by, and you know what I'm saying, it's loud as hell. But yeah, we could be doing our own social servicing in these places. Obviously, it's not about money. Obviously, you can still you only use the space maybe 10 hours a week, so you can still just swap it around. You can get a digital display, so whoever's using it at that time of the day could be in there. So there's other things we could be doing with our space. We got to think smart and strategic. My pastor said we're at war, y'all. When my pastor told me he was in Vietnam, and the Vietnamese would make use of the smallest compartments, the smallest spaces. They would make tunnels this big that you had to wiggle your whole body through. Just ain't that. This is just waste. It's like having 100 pair of sneakers living in the projects. How many of y'all got friends like that? Got 100 pair of sneakers and they living in the projects. Here's where we get the mentality to waste from. To not love ourselves, not to think of ourselves as being disciplined beings. Think of ourselves as, I don't want to say the word gods, but think of ourselves in that level of, and that type of light, to perceive ourselves in that way. This right here is just deity worship and falsehood and idol worship, and confusion. This is confusion. How could a kid grow up on this block and not be confused? That's like having 6 different. See if we had 6 different schools on one block, but this is 4 different churches and 6 different churches on one block. How could a child not be confused? What are they supposed to believe in? Look at that, another church over there. Churches all over. How can they be confused? They don't see no black-owned schools, though.
Where are the priorities?
Exactly. And by not having our priorities organized and laid out maturely, we're going to continue to make spaces like these and allow this to happen. But I already know the next generation ain't with that. The next generation is about building. And so if you're out there, believe you me, these 25-year-olds, 21-year-olds that's coming out these colleges, they're not going to let this happen. They're going to see this as a complete waste. They're like, yo, we can do online churches. You know what I'm saying? We can organize it like, look, we got different denominations of Christianity, but we can all use the same space. We don't got to compete against each other. This is a blatant competition without respect for nobody else. You're literally going to open up a church right next to mine. That's crazy. Yeah, we got to deal with, it's $1,200 to get an ambulance. Police don't care about us still. You see what I mean? That's the reality here. It's $1,200 to get picked up in that ambulance. Ain't no black-owned ambulance services in Brooklyn or down there in the hood. There was one volunteer one, but they struggling.
That's the one in Best Style, right?
One in Best Style. But we have this is what we got. This is New York, Brownsville. This is Brooklyn. This is worth a lot of money. Millions of dollars, and it's just being wasted all over Brooklyn. So I just can't, of course we can sit up here and talk about all the things that the white man is doing against our community, or the lies, but this is what we got to do for ourselves. We got to manage our resources. This is what inspired me. A lot of people don't know, but I've been talking about churches. This has inspired me to build a design center, because people are like, yo, what you gonna do with it if you get a little space? And you see what we did with our little space. You see what I mean? The first chance we get to get a bigger space, you see we're gonna do more. But we gotta continue to talk, because we could do, look, imagine they just combine together. This is one black school. This is a black mall right here. We don't need Atlantic Mall. We can just, this could be a whole shopping district right here.
Black Power District.
Black Power District right here. If they just came, this is all black owned. But now,
You can buy them out.
and the Bella's gonna come buy out, and all that money that went to that church is gonna go down the drain. This is why we gotta wake up, y'all. If you still believing in Jesus in 2018, you still believing in Christianity, and you black, that's on you. More power to you. But if you can't, if there's no way you could be Christian and still see the logic in this, there's no way. There's no way you can see the logic in this. How? Why would this person make this church next to this? I'm guaranteed, if we walked in any direction, we're gonna see a multitude of more church. There's no reason, like literally.
In a 2-block radius.
And know why? In my opinion, this was there's a spark of black power, a piece of black power in it. Because you see, if you go over, you see that big church over there? That church been there for over, I think, 120 years. Teaching Catholicism and all that different stuff. This is this response to that church. But education would have said, hold up, this shit bullshit anyway. This ain't even real. Bible ain't, man, listen, we need physics books. Imagine how many Bibles they even bought in here. Imagine if these people was reading physics books every day, every Sunday. You know, I always talk about that. Imagine we doing mathematics, we doing grammar. We go over black political thought. We was going over black theory, black ideological thought. We were studying our leaders in the past. We was going over war. We was going over police in our own community. We would have, Brownsville would look completely different. Completely different. We don't need to wait for their community centers to be open for us to have community meetings when we have this.